Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Before we get started, grab your coffee, maybe a snack or two, and let's get into it. So first, a subscriber has a question for the community, okay? And he says, I submit a paper tax return every year for my Fed taxes, and I always try to get it in ASAP. And this year I mailed it in on February 1st, and as of early April, I still didn't have my refund. I checked the IRS website for the status, and the site showed that they had not entered my return into their system. Fearing that it was lost, I mailed another copy on April 6th. And this time, I sent it with a return receipt at the post office. So far, I haven't received the return receipt, and the status on their website still shows it wasn't received. Can you let me know if others that mail in returns expecting refunds are having this issue? So if anyone else is having this issue, can you please, say something in the comments section below, okay? So he can try and figure out what's really going on. Hi, Stormy Bug. Yes, your religion, my son. Okay, so now on to this. Yeah. So this article, okay, you know that all links are going to be in the description box below, okay? So this article has to do with Arizona and what's going on with water, okay? So it says Linda Reynolds, she dreamed of retiring in Arizona, okay? And after living in the state for 32 years, she finally bought a house in the small town of Elfrida, and that's E-L-F-R-I-D-A. And that had $1 million views and farmland to grow crops. And a few years after moving in 1997, though, her well went dry. And like all homes in Cochise County, hers depends on underground water. So she took out a $15,000 loan to deepen her well. 7 years later, it went dry again. And she couldn't afford to borrow the $35,000 to drill a new, deeper well. She said, I saved all my life. And I saved in the military. I saved as a teacher. I saved and I saved and I saved. Okay, that sounds like the same story that we all have, right? You save, or you invest money in your preps, or whatever the case may be, right? Same story. She said, that's the way I was brought up, and I lost everything. She was forced to abandon her home and move back to Bisbee, which is a city 30 miles southwest where she had lived previously. And she put her house up on the market. 11 years later, it's still for sale. And she's still paying off the loan on that dry well. Overpumping of groundwater has been a problem across rural Arizona for generations. Historically, groundwater levels inched lower, like wells, at Reynolds' house. It went dry there and here and there and here and there. But in certain areas, the groundwater is dropping faster than it has in decades. I know, Stormy, it's crazy, right? Ow, really? Are you giving me love bites now? Go. And it's driven by a recent influx of corporate farms that are placing intense stress on the aquifer. And this is what experts are saying, okay? And that's set off a battle for water in this dry region, pitting some longtime residents and family farmers against big corporations. In this competition for a scarce neutral resource, those who can afford to drill the deepest wells are the ones who get the water. while those who can't are forced to abandon their properties. That's really sad if you think about it. Stormy, you're terrible today. And that's what's happening here in Cochise County, okay? In the southeastern part of the state, particularly the area around Wilcox. It's a small city along I-10, and that's home to much of the county's agricultural industry, okay? Now, Wilcox, okay, there's no like surface water or anything like that. So homes and cities and farms, they all rely on pumping water from the aquifer. The cheap land here, paired with four-season growing year and lax laws, the regulating water pumping have drawn multiple major corporate farms to the area in the last 20 years. So where they've been competing with residents and existing farms for this groundwater. So these big guys come in and they're pushing everybody else out, and that's not fair. And the largest of these industrial transplants is Riverview, and that's one word. So if you wanted to look it up, Riverview LLP. It's a dairy and beef conglomerate headquartered in MOOACE, Minnesota. And they began buying land in Cochise County in 2014. Such large corporations, they need to pump significant amounts of water to hydrate their cows and grow food for them. Now, to ensure a constant stream of water, Stormy, your claw is caught on my sweater, honey. These farms have drilled deeper than wells in previous decades. Whereas like 20 years ago, wells averaged 270 feet. And Riverview has drilled dozens of its wells deeper than 1,000 feet. And this is according to the state's well registry. Of the 92 wells that were drilled that deep in the Wilcox Basin since 2015, 60 of them are in Riverview. Now, in that time, no other company drilled more than 5, and that's according to that registry, the well registry. And these deeper wells that companies have drilled over the past several decades have essentially undercut existing well owners and pushed their entire water table down 200, 300 feet below 1950s levels. And this trend is continuing. These are large production wells, so they have major impact over time. And Riverview is defending its decision to set up these operations in Wilcox. You know, forget the little guy. Let's go. Grab the bull by the horn. You know, yeah, they want the big guys pushing everybody else out. It's sickening. And they said, you know, we're aware of the water situation and did our due diligence. Did you really do your due diligence of scoping out the area for sure? Yeah, we're not here to build dairies and suck up all the water and leave in 5 years. No, you're not. Okay, well, because you're pushing everybody else out now. Nobody else has water. They can't even live in their own homes. You feel better about yourself now? Jerk. So some residents and local political leaders welcome large farms like Riverview as a significant tax contributor, offering an economic boom in the area. Oh, you want that economic boom, but yet you have no water. You can't even take a bath. How about have a sip of water? You can't even do that. How good that feel? What they've done is revitalize the agricultural community here. That's what one resident is saying. She's also the county supervisor, and she represents Wilcox. There are hundreds, literally thousands of people in this valley that appreciate them for what they are. But other residents, they see the corporate water drillings as greedy. That's how I see it too. It is greedy. Along with experts such as Inwood, they fear it's only a matter of time for Riverview and companies like them to pump the water beyond the reach of residents for good. It's just sad. It really is. So that link will be in the description box below, okay? Because, you know, we've had this discussion just, like 4 days ago, 3-4 days ago, something like that, where we were talking about Arizona and the water, and but it was also Nevada, California, and other states as well, okay? So this subscriber, okay, she has a really good idea. She said she came up with a pretty good idea for not getting oatmeal fatigue, because you know how we all have oatmeal, a really good amount of oatmeal in our preps. She said, I've been experimenting and it seems to work quite well to get different flavors and variety from the oatmeal. I've been using the different flavored powdered coffee creamer, and they taste really awesome. So that's really cool that you came up with, you thought of something like that. So this subscriber, Stormy, stop it. She said, I just ordered dried beans and grains from essentialorganic.com. So you know that link will be in the description box below. She said they have organic green pea flakes, black bean flakes, dried garbanzo beans. She said, I was also able to get a Wonder Mill grinder and attachments from pleasanthillgrain.com. So that link will also be in the description box below, okay? Okay, so I'm going to put some pictures up for you, and this comes from a subscriber in the UK. And she said, my camper and the beach I love so much. When the SHTF too much, my lovely old camper is my escape. Oh gosh, look at that sunset. It is so beautiful. Wow. And before I go, here's some canning tip information for you. The subscriber said we bought another book. No, I wanted to send you 2 images from the book, information that can help people decide how much food they need to grow for their families. These are yields in canned food. Example 1, bushel of apples will make 16 to 20 quarts canned. This information can be critical to know how much to grow to feed a family per year. So this is excellent information. Excellent information. Because it literally says, you're probably going to have to pause the video so you can write this stuff down. Asparagus, fresh, 1 bushel. Is 45 pounds, 3 to 4 pounds, it says. Quarts canned, 11 for 45 pounds. 3 to 4 pounds, 1 quart. Beans, lima in pods, 1 bushel, which is 32 pounds, 6 to 8 quarts, or 4 to 5 pounds, 1 quart. And it just goes on and on and on. Like, okay, what's another one? Carrots without tops, 50 pounds will make 16 to 20 quarts. Huh. Eggplant, 2 average size eggplant, 1 quart. Peas, 30 pounds of peas will do 6 to 8 quarts. Potatoes, 50 pounds will do 20 quarts. Sweet potatoes, 50 pounds will do 20 quarts. That's interesting. Okay, I'm growing spinach, so 18 pounds of spinach will do 6 to 9 quarts. Wow. All right. See, this is really good stuff to know because I would have never known any of that. Apples, 48 pounds of apples, 6 to 20 quarts. Apple juice, you can apple juice. I thought you really couldn't can because, well, you can water bath can because of the acid. 48 pounds, so it does 10 quarts. Wow, all right. This is really awesome. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.